Hi everyone and welcome back to Living on Blockchain. I am your host Tarsha and today we are diving deep into one of the most explosive launches of summer of this year, Qubetics and its native token TICS. So now if you follow Web3 space closely, you might have seen headlines shouting about 950% surge on launch day. Big numbers, very bold claims, but also a product that touches upon a lot of current narratives: RWA tokenization, interoperability, privacy, and developer tooling. So today we are going to break it all down for you. What is Qubetics building? What's behind the TICS token? What is the story there? And more importantly, does it all really hold up to scrutiny? So let's deep dive right into it. Let me tell you a little about what Qubetics is. So Qubetics presents itself as a Layer-1 Web3 aggregator, a bit of a mouthful, but here's what that actually means. They want to bring together multiple blockchain ecosystems, think Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and allow for cross-chain movement of assets and data. On top of that, they are throwing in real-world asset tokenization, a stablecoin, a decentralized VPN, and a low-code dev toolkit called Qubecode. So it's like if Cosmos, Chainlink, Real IT, and maybe Helium had a baby, and that baby was wearing an AI coding headset. So on the 30th of June, Qubetics officially launched its TICS token on MEXC as well as on LBank with a starting price of 40 cents. It was already up from the pre-sale price of 33 cents, and within the first hour, the token surged to $4, approximately making a 900% price jump or 950% price jump, and it had over $700,000 worth in trading volume on MEXC alone. So this is what it does. And now let's kind of look at the tech, okay? So when I opened up their website, like I had talked about in my, in the paragraph earlier, I was talking about how this is an aggregator. And this is actually picking up from their website that it is an aggregator. It's a all-in-one crypto powerhouse. There is a multi-chain wallet. There is, seamless Apple Pay and Google Pay integration. There is a decentralized VPN. It says that they're trying to transform asset acquisition with the platform itself because there is RWA tokenization, and then it does have an integration with stablecoins because they do want to serve the institutes and banks as well. They mention a little bit again about the VPN on their website. And then, they kind of talk about how the platform looks and how, they have NFTs as well. And there's Qubecode, obviously, their low-code coding platform. There, the token integration with a stable coin would be called QUSD, which it's going to be soon deployed, and it is backed by, according to the website, USDC and USDT. Obviously, then they talked a little about their roadmap and their tokenomics and how majority part of the public sale basically is going to be in for public sale, 37.97%. And yeah, you can check all of these details out on the website. They have a white paper and whatnot. So they're trying to do quite a bit of things. Now, like I said, let's look at the tech a little bit. At their core, I think, and this is what I have understood from going through their documentation, that it is RWA tokenization is at the core. That means you can supposedly fractionalize and trade things like real estate, invoices, and even IP on chain. They're also offering EVM compatibility, so Ethereum-based, decentralized applications can port easily. They have cross-chain DeFi through native integrations, a decentralized VPN, DVPN, which they're calling, which is the privacy layer for users and dApps, and a stable coin called QUSD, like I mentioned before, which is backed by USDT and USDC reserves, which would be used for dividends, payouts, and settlements on the platform. But one thing that got my attention is their IDE. This is a low-code, no-code dev environment with AI-guided features designed to let builders launch their own tokenized ecosystems without the need of deep technical knowledge, and we like that. We like having more people try to build on their vision, and perhaps then getting the requisite help so that they are up on security and they are completely covered there. But like I said, on paper, it's very ambitious. They're trying to be your one-stop infrastructure layer for tokenization, privacy, and multi-chain interaction. So, but does it really, like, how will it pan out? Does it really work right now? Those are some questions that do remain. Let's talk a little about the tokenomics. Like I had mentioned, the TICS supply is the total supply is 1.36 billion. The allocation looks fairly standard. Like I mentioned, 38% around for public sale, 22% for ecosystem growth, 14% for network operations, and smaller slices reserved for team advisors and incentives and so on. They're running a delegated proof of stake model, which means that with staking minimum around approximately, I think, 5,000 ticks for delegators and 25,000 for validators, they're promising an APY of around 30%, which is high. But let's be honest, not sustainable unless there is a strong user demand or locked liquidity mechanisms already in place. There's also a vesting cliff of around 30 days. So, that is there for the pre-sale investors, followed by a 90-day linear unlocking. So team tokens are locked for 6 months. The short-term pressure is mitigated, but always I think long-term holders kind of have the key, and they need to sort of stay alert. That is important. Now let's talk adoption. So far, Qubetics has seen over 28,000 pre-sale participants, raising upwards of $18 million. They have completed a certic audit. So they've scored around 88 or 90% in launching. They have also launched a bug bounty program after that. The price, kind of surged, then stabilized at around $2. Whether that holds, it depends a lot on sustained developer adoption, exchange listings, and real-world use cases. But here's the thing. As of now, there is limited info on actual assets being tokenized or case studies of businesses using the platform. The DVPN is not yet rolled out, and QUSD isn't live either. So while the tech stack is promising, the vision is very big and ambitious. The real world traction is something that they have not really announced in a big way yet. So let's zoom out a little bit. Let's talk about the good and perhaps talk a little about the concerns. So the good is that there is a clear narrative fit. It's RWA, DeFi, privacy, all very 2025. It's an ambitious stack with modular utility. Fair tokenomics and capped early dump risk is there. It's developer friendly via the low code IDE that they have. They did get like an audit done from Certic. That is good as well. The concerns. So there is no working MVP yet for tokenized real world assets, or at least not one that I could find in my research. The DVPN and QUSD haven't rolled out yet. They are in concept and demo stages. 950% price pump. That cannot really be organic. I think it's hype, and that mostly at times ends in consolidation or worse. Limited exchange listings as of now. There are just two, MEXC and L Bank, and I kind of want to leave here with one bigger philosophical question. Do we really need another L1 claiming to do it all? Because we've seen this movie before, right? Multi-chain this, interoperable that. Unless Qubetics can onboard actual developers or bring in real assets partners, it risks becoming yet another speculative project with great docs and little traction. So is Qubetics worth your time? If you're a builder, Qubecode might give you easy access to deploy tokenized apps once it is live. If you're a trader, the short-term hype is clearly there, but high volatility obviously makes it very risky. And as always, do your own research. None of this is financial advice. If you're a realist, I think you should wait for the product market fit and or just maybe some kind of validation before going deep. This space needs fewer white papers and more execution. And for Qubetics, the next few months will tell us whether they're really building something serious or just minting momentum. I'll keep tracking it, and if anyone from their team is listening, I'd love to have you on the show as a guest to talk about where this is really going, because I think it'll make for an interesting and insightful episode. So until then, I think this is pretty much what I had for this particular deep dive. If you have enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, share it with a fellow builder, and leave us a review. Follow Living on Blockchain on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and wherever podcasts are being streamed. I will see you in the next episode with another frontier, with another project, with another guest. Until then, stay curious, stay sovereign. Bye for now.